Hello guys, delighted to be here with you again, the Medicinal Dreams community. Just going to give it a minute here, let everybody get the notification, give people a few moments to join in. If you're there, let me know, give me a wave. So we're just going to take a minute or two here, give other people time to join. So if you're just joining us, and you've been coming to these classes, you'll know that this week we're focusing on the theme of letting go. So that's what we're going to be working on this evening. We also are asking people, what are you grateful for today? So even if you've been coming to these classes and you've answered that question already, you can answer it again in terms of just this day. What are you grateful for that's happened today? So leave that question, leave your answer in the comments. Let us know. We're also giving away a free swag bag to anybody who attends all of the classes from last week and this week. So let us know you're there. And I'll just give it another minute or two, let people keep joining. And then same as always, take a moment before we get started and set up a nice space for yourself. So, oh hello, great, everyone's checking in now. Nice, welcome. So, take a moment, set up your space, make it a space that you're happy to be in, free from any clutter. Set a nice mat if you have one, and if not, just a nice comfortable space on the floor, maybe a blanket. Some nice lighting. If you want to put on some nice low-level music, something that makes you feel relaxed, helps you to let go, then feel free as well. Excuse me. Anything like this, if you want to take some drops of your favorite oil, or you want to take some gummies, if you haven't done so already. And then, when you've set up your space as well, make sure you have lots of nice cushions and pillows. I have a few here. I've got 2 of these. I've even got a nice big fat pillow here. The more cushions and supports we have like this, the more relaxed we're going to be. Also, if you have a scarf, I just have a scarf here. We might use this for our feet later in the class. If you don't have that, a belt would also be fine, or maybe even a towel, one that's not too heavy, but ideally something that's nice and long. So just a few household things like this. Oh, hey, welcome. Great to see everybody joining. So if you missed the start, we're asking people, what are you grateful for today? So just let us know in the comments. So take your time, get set up, find a nice comfortable seated position. And you can take as many cushions as you want here. Might be 1, might be 2, might be 3. You can see I've got my legs kind of folded over here, one in front of the other. You don't have to sit like that. If that's comfortable for you, you can. If you want to take your feet a bit more out in front, also fine. Even if you want to sit with straight legs, that's also fine. The key thing when you practice yoga is So remember, it's not a competitive sport. We're not struggling to get one correct position. We're learning about our own bodies, and we always want to find something that works for us, where we feel comfortable and supported. So what's important in your seated position is that you're able to sit with a nice straight spine, and that allows your shoulders and your back muscles just to relax and switch off. If you imagine your body is like a tree, feel your sit bones connecting down into the earth, really feeling grounded. Feel yourself stable. And just feel the sensations of any parts of your body that are in contact either with the cushions or the floor. And just feel that sensation of grounding. Take a moment to be aware of your space, the room around you. Connecting with your breath, your deep breath. And now at the same time, imagine there's like a string coming out of the top of your head, like a marionette puppet. You know these puppets that hang from the strings? Imagine there's one string coming out of here, just lifting the top of your head up towards the ceiling, and you might feel this lengthening in your spine, like you're making a bit of space between all the bones. Just like the tree, we're grounding down into the earth, and we're lifting up, growing up towards the sky. And once you feel that nice long spine, you can feel how your back muscles are able to relax a little bit. And from there you can bring your awareness a little bit more onto your breath. Just start to observe the sensations as you breathe, each inhalation and each exhalation. You might notice the air is slightly cool in your nostrils as you inhale. And you might notice it's a little bit warm as you exhale. Keep observing each breath. And remember, every exhalation is an act of letting go. When we inhale, we're using the muscles to expand our rib cage and pull the air in. Our hearts are beating a bit faster to push the oxygen around our body. But when we exhale, we just let go and all those muscles relax. The air comes back out. So remember, every time you exhale, anytime, this is an act of letting go. That's why it feels so good sometimes when we're stressed. For me, the thing that I like to let go of continuously are thoughts and thought patterns that I notice I don't need anymore. You know, we all make these different thought patterns. It could just be ideas, like things that we wanted to get done that day, or maybe last week, or where we think we should be in our lives, or so on, or just thoughts that we've been thinking without noticing for a couple of weeks. And sometimes we build these up like stacks of old newspapers that we haven't gotten around to reading. So just by tuning into the breath, each inhalation and each exhalation, it helps you to get away from all that thinking, that busy mind, and with each breath, bring yourself here into the present moment. So keep observing each breath and feel all these different muscles moving. With each inhalation, feel your belly pushing outwards and then your rib cage expanding. And with each exhalation, feel your belly coming back in and then your ribs coming back in as your body relaxes. So each inhale, pushing the belly out, pushing the ribs out, filling up your lungs to the top. And each exhale, just letting go, feel the belly back in and the rib cage shrinking back in as you empty your lungs completely. Keep observing your breath like this. And gradually deepening your breath as you start to explore the full capacity of your lungs, way beyond the fraction that we use when we're breathing normally. So just keep observing your own breath and feel those gentle stretches in all those muscles around your ribs. Finding a nice slow and steady rhythm. If you prefer to keep your eyes open and be connected with the space around you, feel free. If you prefer to close your eyes and focus inside your body, you can even hold your awareness between your eyebrows. You can take this option as well. Do what feels best for you. Keep listening to your breath. And if you get pulled away into different thoughts here and there, as you naturally will do, just keep on coming back to this same breath. And if you're new to this practice of mindful breathing, then don't worry if you keep getting distracted, if your mind keeps going elsewhere. That's absolutely normal. The key is when you notice it's happened, just keep on coming back to your breath. And every time your mind learns to sit still, a little bit more, but it takes patience, it takes perseverance, and most of all it takes compassion. So don't be frustrated with your mind if it's jumping here, there and everywhere. That's normal. Just keep on coming back to your breath. Breathing yourself into the present moment, the here and now, letting go of everything else. The past is just a memory, and the future isn't here yet. Now, keeping that steady breath, we're going to start to loosen up our necks a little bit. So on your next exhalation, you can bring your ear over towards your shoulder. And as you inhale, drop your head back. Nice small circles to begin with. And then as you exhale, you can lower your chin down to your chest in front. So inhale, all across the back. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And exhale, bring your chin into your chest. Just keep going like this. Each time make the circles a little bigger, as if you're drawing a spiral, like the shell of a snail. But most of all, paying attention to how it feels for your neck. You just want to be feeling a nice bit of stretching, a bit of opening, a bit of releasing. And back to the center, and then we'll stop and we'll slowly change direction. Starting to go a little bit bigger. Again, tuning into your body, seeing what feels good. We never want to force anything. Just like a gentle process of exploration and awareness. You might feel when you observe your body in this way and you observe your breath, your mind starts to slow down a little bit. And your awareness comes back to the here and now. And again, come back to the center. Now you can take your left hand over to your right knee and your right hand behind your body. And just holding onto that knee, we're just going to do a very gentle stretch. You can look back over your right shoulder. Keep tuning in with your breath. And here you just want to feel a very gentle rotation in your spine, starting from the bottom of your spine all the way up to the top. Very gentle twist. Slowly release. We'll come back to the center, and then you can swap your hands over. So taking your right hand over to your left knee, your left hand behind your body, and again coming into a gentle twist on the other side, starting from your lumbar spine down here, and then finishing up at the base of your head, feeling a gentle twist in your neck. Exhale back to the center. And just take a breath or two here. Just observe your body, your lower back, your shoulders. Just taking a couple of breaths and just allowing your body to react and readjust. And next we're going to loosen up the shoulders a little bit. So from here you can bring your fingertips onto your shoulders. And then we're going to start to draw circles with our elbows. So as you inhale, just lift your elbows up and slightly in. And as you exhale, draw them back and down. Inhale, lift up. And exhale down. So keep going like this. Noticing how it feels in your shoulders. And then the sides of your body. Again, just looking for a very gentle stretch. With a gentle opening. Whatever feels appropriate for you. Again, if it feels good, you can make the circles bigger. If you have a nice stretch where you are, just keep repeating the same motion. And then we'll stop and we'll change direction. Starting nice and small. And then getting a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Just finding the right position for you. Tuning into your breath, your nice deep breath. And then relax. You can release your arms down. You can roll your shoulders a couple of times if you wish. Maybe roll your wrists. Just loosen up your fingers. Release any tension. So from there we're going to come down onto the floor. So here we'll need the cushions. So you can either come all the way down onto your belly and your chest. We're going to come into a pose called Sphinx pose. So very much like the Sphinx in Egypt, you'll be resting on your elbows like so. So if the ground feels hard underneath your body, and you want to take a folded towel or a cushion or anything underneath your pelvis, feel free. Otherwise, you can come down onto your elbows, with your elbows directly below your chest. And we're going to take some support here as well. So take a cushion or cushions just below your belly and your rib cage, just giving you a bit of support to rest on. And now with your arms, your feet can just point back, nice and relaxed. With your arms, if your elbows are close to your body, you're going to have a deeper bend in your back. So if that feels a bit intense, don't be afraid to walk your hands forward and you'll feel your upper body getting a bit lower. So find a position that's relaxing for you. And with your neck, if you feel any tension with your head lifted, you can just bow your head forward. And even if you have a pillow that's the right size and you want to take a bit of support for your head, that's also fine. All we're looking for here is a nice gentle bend in the lower back, with gravity doing most of the work. So we're going to stay here for 3 minutes. So once you've found the position, come back again to your deepest breath. You might notice that you can't breathe as deeply with your belly resting on the floor here, but that's okay. Just find the deepest breath in this pose. No force, no strain, just awareness. Visualize your breath traveling all the way down to your lower back with each inhalation. Bring your awareness there. And with each exhalation, drawing any tension away from your lower back and just releasing and allowing your body to relax into the pose, breathing out any tension through your nose. Scan through your body here. Just notice if you're holding on to tension anywhere. And just keep on letting go. We're halfway there. Keep tuning in to each inhalation and each exhalation. We've less than a minute to go. And if you notice your mind drifting away into thoughts, that's okay. Just notice when it's happening. Keep coming back to your body, back to your breath. And just letting go. Feel the tension releasing. Give gravity all of your problems. And now nice and slowly, you can start to lift back onto your hands and your knees. So you can take any cushions away from under your chest and then take your hands below your shoulders. And you can lift up so that you're on all fours here. Your hands below your shoulders, knees below your hips. And if you might need to move around a little bit, just pay attention to how it feels in your lower back. If you want, you can sit back onto your heels. You can also take a cushion in under your body, or a couple of cushions. Yeah, let's do that actually, because this is what we'll be using for the next pose. Even if you want to take a cushion in the back of your calf muscles, and you can just relax down here for a moment. Just feeling that nice release in your lower back. We'll just stay here for a few breaths. And then slowly start to lift back up. Now for the next pose, you can really take a lot of support here. So the cushions I'm using are quite flat, so I'm going to use 2 flat cushions and 1 big pillow. But again, do what feels right for you. And what we're going to do here is turn both of your knees to one side. They don't have to be on top of each other. One can be a little bit further back. And then we're just going to turn, getting a gentle twist in the spine, and we're going to lie down on the pillows like so. Now, you have 2 options here. If it feels good for you to go into a full twist, you can turn your head away to the opposite side, away from your knees. And if that feels a bit too strong, then you can just relax one cheek down, facing the same direction as your knees. And there you'll still get a nice bend in your lower back. And we'll stay here for 3 minutes as well. You can either hold onto the cushions as I'm doing, or if you feel supported enough, you can just relax your hands flat on the floor. Once you're in the pose, tune into your breath. Now in this pose, we're lying down on the front of the body. So it might take quite a bit of effort to find the deep breath as before. So don't worry about that. Just find a nice steady breath. One that doesn't require too much effort. And again, scan through your body. Notice if you're unconsciously holding tension. If any muscles are engaged or active that don't need to be. And every time you exhale, just keep relaxing and releasing every muscle in your body. We're halfway there. Just keep letting go of everything with every exhalation. Letting go of the tension in your muscles. Letting go of the thoughts that don't serve you, particularly in this moment. Even letting go of everything that happened today as you start to wind down and prepare for sleep. Enjoy that rare feeling of having no deadline, just for this moment, nowhere to be, nothing to physically do except let go. From there, slowly start to lift up. And from there, you can turn around to face the back of your mat. We're going to swap over to the other side. This is actually the easiest way to get there. And you'll feel a nice release in your lower back, so that your knees are pointing out to the other side. Find the same position. Remember, your knees don't have to be together. It's where you're able to relax on the floor. And then turn to face your cushions, just as much as feels good for your lower back. And same as on the other side, we'll start to lower down here, walking our hands forward. So remember the options. If you want a full deep twist and it feels good for your neck, turn your head away from your knees. And if that feels a bit too intense, then you can just turn your head facing towards your knees. Even if you start with the first option and a bit of tension starts to come in, then you can change later. That's okay. We're going to stay here for 3 minutes on this side as well. So the first time I was facing with my knees, and now I'm facing away from my knees, just so that I'm facing you all. Hello. Do what feels good for your neck. So once you find the position, check in on your body, check in on your breath. Place your hands either on the pillows or on the floor, wherever's most relaxing. And just scan through your body, searching for any tension. With every exhalation, just keep releasing, relaxing your body and your mind. Just allowing yourself to sink down into the floor. Letting go of everything except each individual inhalation and exhalation. We have 1 more minute to go here. Feel like your body is melting, like it's made out of ice. And it's just melting down into the floor. Complete surrender. Now nice and slowly, start to lift yourselves back up. Just using your hands to push the ground away. We'll take the pillows away to the side for a moment. And then you can slowly bring your feet in front and just notice how different your body feels after the pose. It's amazing, even being in these static positions, what an effect they have on the body. Excuse me. Notice the subtle differences between your right and left sides. And here you can roll your shoulders back a little bit if you need to release. And then you can place your feet hip width apart and parallel. And just like windshield wipers on a car, just lower them down one side. And then the other. One more time. Right side. And then left side. And then back to the center. So for the next few poses, we're going to lie down. So find your way down onto the floor. Again, if you want to take something soft below your back, your lower back, also fine. So this is where we're going to be using the belt, or in my case, the scarf. So as I said before, a towel will also do here. And if you happen to have a yoga or a fitness belt, then that will be perfect. Anything that you can wrap around the ball of your foot. So first of all, we're going to lie down. All the way down on the floor. And just take a moment with two straight legs and your hands. And just feel that feeling of letting go. Just lying down like this on the earth. This is the ultimate feeling of surrender. We don't need any muscles to hold anything in position. Give everything to gravity. Complete surrender. Now that your belly is free and your chest, unlike the last few poses, you can tune back into your deepest breath now. Feel your belly and your chest expanding with each inhalation. And with each exhalation, feel your belly falling and then your chest falling. So just take a moment or two, tune back into that deepest breath. And now let's take a moment. You can you can inhale, you can lift your hands above your head if you want. Take a bit of a stretch. And now as you exhale, take your belt or your scarf. And we're going to do, if anyone was with me last week, I think Ava has done this in her classes too. Just take the scarf around the ball of your right foot. And really around the ball, not the arch. And that allows us to pull the foot towards our face. I'm feeling a bit of a stretch in the back of the leg. So if you're getting a nice stretch in your leg is here, that's great. If you're getting a stretch here, that's great. If it's even deeper, that's great. Just find the position that works for you. You don't have to copy what I'm doing. And pull the ball of your feet towards your face, allowing the heel to stay up so that you start to feel a nice stretch in the back of your leg. Again, tune into your deepest breath. We're going to stay here for 3 minutes. And if your hands are high up on the scarf, just walk them down the scarf or the belt so that your shoulders feel nice and relaxed. We don't want too much muscle tension here from the arms creating the stretch, but just the weight of your arms kind of hanging off your foot so that you feel a nice gentle stretch. So in other words, we don't want to be like this, arms up, and you feel like your head wants to come off the floor. Just everything down, everything nice and chilled. With every inhalation, breathe into where you're feeling the stretch. Bring all of your awareness there as you inhale. And with each exhalation, releasing any tension or effort. Just allowing the stretch to happen. We're about halfway there. And you might find as you stay in the pose, the stretch releases. This is the muscles opening up a little bit. So if you want to find the stretch again, remember that's just an option. You can bring your foot closer to your head. You can point your toes down a bit more. Just very subtly searching for that stretch if it's disappearing. If you still have a stretch where you are, just maintain the same position. Keep coming back to your breath. Now with control, slowly start to release your leg. Keep observing your right leg and how it feels, that release from the stretch. Might feel a little bit like jelly, mine does. That's quite a nice feeling. And you can release the belt or the scarf and just slowly bring that leg back down to the floor. And notice that contrast between the right and left sides. Very strange feeling in a very nice kind of way. Feels like two very different legs. And just shake your feet out a little bit here if you want to. Leave your palms facing up. Just take a couple of breaths before we come in on the other side. Tune into your body. You can maybe feel all the blood coming back into that right leg. And now we'll come in on the other side. So again, wrap the scarf around the ball of your foot. Now remember, as we go from side to side on each of these poses, you might find something different. That's okay. We have these tendencies to use our bodies differently on one side than on the other. Obviously, most of us are right-handed, some of us are left-handed, but we all use one arm more than the other. Even with our feet, if you drive a car, you might use one foot more than the other, and so on. Plenty of examples. So, come into each side as if you're doing the pose for the first time. Find where the stretch is on this side. Find the correct position for you. Bring your toes down towards your face. Relaxing your right leg. And once you find the stretch, walking your hands down the belt or the scarf, getting that nice stretch. Finding your position, a nice relaxed stretch, and we'll stay here for 3 minutes as well. And once you've found the position, tune back into your deepest breath. With each inhalation, bring your awareness to where you're feeling the stretch. And with each exhalation, letting go tension, stress, unhelpful thoughts. And just breathing yourself into the present moment. Keep feeling your belly and chest rising with each inhalation. Your body melting into the floor with each exhalation. Maybe 1 more minute to go, a little longer. And if the stretch is disappearing, just take yourself a little bit deeper. Find where it works for you. And now, with control, nice and slowly, keep observing the sensations in that left leg as you release the strap or the belt. And maybe feeling that feeling of jelly or whatever it feels like in your leg, slowly coming back down to the floor. Taking a few breaths here. Again, your palms can rest on the floor, facing up. Just take a couple of breaths. And feel the sensations in your right and left legs, and your right and left hips. Tune into your breath and feel that feeling of letting go. And don't forget, in the comments, Just let us know what you're feeling grateful for today. So we're going to stay here in Shavasana, lying flat on our backs. If it feels good for you, you can take a cushion or cushions in the backs of your knees, maybe taking a bit of a bend in your knees. For some people that feels a bit more relaxing. Again, different ways to let go. You might want to take a nice flat cushion in underneath your pelvis and your lower back. Or you can even take a cushion in behind the back of your head. And if you have enough cushions, of course, you can do all of these things. Some people find it nice and grounding when they place some cushions on top of their belly. You can also take that option. So find your most relaxed position, the position with the least resistance and the least effort. And keep observing your breath. We're not going to look for that deep breath anymore. Just allow the breath to return to its own natural, relaxed rhythm. Observing your breath, but no longer controlling it. And take your awareness down to your feet. Notice if you're unconsciously holding any tension there. With every exhalation, keep relaxing and releasing all of the tension from your legs, your feet, your knees, your thighs, and your hips. And as you exhale, just feel them relaxing, melting down into the floor. Your belly, your lower back, your chest, and your shoulders. As you exhale, relax and release. Feel them sinking down into the floor. Your shoulders, your arms, your hands, and your fingers. With each exhalation, feel them melting down into the floor. Your neck, your head, and your face muscles. As you exhale, relax completely. Feel your entire entire body heavy, sinking down into the floor. Last of all, focus into your mind. With each exhalation, just keep breathing out, letting go of any thoughts that you don't need. Feel yourself drifting deeper and deeper into relaxation. Thank you so much for joining. Wish you a beautiful and pleasant sleep. And we'll see you back here soon. Sweet dreams.